If you coming on here with hurt feelings or being pro whatever, I don't care. I simply don't care. I will continue to go about my day. I will continue to have the same opinion. I talked a lot about the importance of reading diverse books, but when I was scrolling through my Goodreads, I was seeing that I really wasn't practicing what I was preaching. But at the end of the day, they ain't black, okay? They can tan, they can AAV, they can slang it up. But at the end of the day, our experiences are never going to be the same. We're not fucking encyclopedias. We're not dictionaries. It's not Google Black around here. You know what I'm saying? Why can't I just fucking read a book and just read a damn book and move the hell on? Like, why do I need to be the fucking strong back of the damn community and I'm going to keep doing whatever the hell I want? Like, some of y'all put too much time, effort, and energy into being haters. Like, hang it up. Okay. We have our first discussion video of the month. This probably will be the only one because, you know, they jibbed us with 28 days in the month. Of course, the month that we're celebrating Black History Month, so we are pressed for time here. This will probably be the only discussion video for this month. So let's get into it. Hello, 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 booktubing world. It is I, Capri Nicole, and I am back with another video. So today we're going to be talking about something that I've been seeing a lot on all of my platforms, TikTok, Instagram, I keep seeing it everywhere. So I want to dive into it with y'all, see how y'all feel about it, have a little discussion, you know what I'm saying? I've been trying to flat iron my hair for the past hour. I've simply given up. It's already late. I have videos to film, so I don't have time. So the subject of this video obviously is going to be, you're a black creator, so you should predominantly focus on black books. There's basically like 7 subject parts to this video, so I have it split up in chapters, of course, so that you guys can skip through it or watch and listen to what you decide to listen to. But at the end of the day, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. If you're new here, or if you're, because I know I have a lot of new subscribers, welcome to the island. If I do something wrong, if I really hurt someone, if I do something, which I have not done so far, I will apologize. But for my opinion or a discussion video or a rant video or talking about a book I don't damn like, I'm not apologizing. So if you coming on here with hurt feelings or being pro whatever, pro this, pro that, or you're on one side of the fence versus the other side of the fence, I don't care. I simply don't care. I will continue to go about my day. I will continue to have the same opinion. If I grow and mature as a person, then that's on me. But don't come on here hooting and hollering about what you think I said wrong and how you don't agree or whatever. Yeah, that's one. Number 2, I've seen some people share my videos, and I do want to say, I know that y'all are new here. Some of y'all are not new here, so you have no excuse. The title and the name of my channel is Capri's Book Island. I don't know where everybody's getting Bookland. I don't know where everybody's getting Capri's Bookland from. There is a whole, I capitalize each letter. I don't know where y'all are getting this from. CBI. CBI. Capri's Book Island. I literally say it at the start of every video. Like, I don't know what the confusion is there. But yeah, it's Capri's Book Island on all platforms. TikTok, Instagram, Goodreads, BookTube. Yeah, so let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is the non-disclosure. I am entitled to my own opinion. You're entitled to your own opinion. You can agree, disagree, straddle the fence, whatever you want in regards to this video. It is what it is. I also want to say that for me personally, I feel like I'm on the fence with this topic. I feel like I feel like I agree with one side and I also agree with the other side. The side where you're being black, you should make sure you read black books and talk about black books as well as the other popular books. And I also understand the side where it's like, just let us read, you know what I'm saying? So I straddle the fence, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that I have a clear sound answer for that, but it's a discussion video, so we're going to discuss. It's kind of a gray area. There's no green, you know what I'm saying? It's like gray. You understand one side, you understand the other side. I feel like that's the case with this topic specifically. There's not going to be a clear yes or no. I'm not going to be a hard left or hard right person in this video. I'm simply just here to discuss this topic and how I feel about it and what I've seen. So that's how I feel about it. I don't think there's ever going to be a clear answer for this specific topic because it's been something that's been going on in the community and talked about before. So it is what it is. Okay, so let's touch on my journey. So for me personally, anytime that I'm doing something wrong, or if I feel like I could do better as a creator or as a person, I look at how I can fix the problem, because I'm someone that likes to fix things. I'm the oldest child in my entire family. I like to look at a problem and find the solution. So for me personally, I felt like I talked a lot about diversity. I talked a lot about the importance of reading diverse books. But when I was scrolling through my Goodreads, I was seeing that I really wasn't practicing what I was preaching. So I checked myself and I did a blackout year. So last year I read only books by Black authors. I put in the work. I read the blogs. I cleaned up my Instagram. I learned how to navigate social platforms in order to find books. Like, there's really no excuse for saying I can't find this, I can't find that. You can, you just have not tried. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just speaking on me personally. I cleaned up my feed. For my feed, I really like seeing Black girls with books. Like, I know everybody, when Bookstagram first kicked off, everybody was big on like the layout thing where they would have their books laid out and all these props and stuff like that and the color coordination. I never liked that, because I felt like all of those pictures, even if they had a unique way of doing their layouts, I felt like they all looked alike. So like, there was no personality behind the content, and I just did not like it. Like, you buy a whole bunch of shit to lay out on a whiteboard and then you make it look pretty. Like, okay, it's a nice picture, but for my feed, I want to see Black girls with books. Like, I like to see the face behind the content, or I like really cartoonish things. So I cleaned up my feed. I found a lot of Black creators that take similar pictures to me, or pictures that I want to see in my feed, and they also give long descriptions and reviews in their caption or in their blogs or in their videos or whatever. So that really helped me find a lot of the books that I found last year. That was like one of the first few steps that I took. I read a ton of articles. I watched a ton of videos. I go through my following list all the time. I go through my subscribers. I go through everything. I'm checking everything to clean up, because you will stay in the same bubble if you don't constantly move and change stuff. Like, that's just my journey. That's just me. Okay, the next thing that I want to touch on is the importance of being a Black reviewer. So like I said, I'm a fence straddler. I do understand the side where it's important for Black reviewers and Black creators to talk about these books, because personally, it's important for other creators and other readers of other races to read these books. But at the end of the day, they ain't Black. Okay, they can tan, they can AAV, they can slang it up, but at the end of the day, our experiences are never going to be the same. So there is always importance behind being a Black reviewer and reading those books, because we will connect to them in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is importance behind Black reviewers. So I understand the side where it's like, if you're Black and you're reading Colleen Hoover and all these other authors that are very popular and already well known, and their pockets are already laced, like they are booked and busy, they don't need your coin that much, instead of doing the research for indie authors or for other Black authors, then I can understand the frustration behind that, especially if you're a Black creator that sees and follows these authors and sees the frustration that they go through because they're not getting as much recognition, and this is one of your favorite authors. So I understand how that feels, because I've seen it. I found a lot of Black indie authors that I really enjoyed last year, and I understand the frustration with Black creators as far as seeing their counterparts and being like, why aren't you doing the work that I am to find and promote Black books? Because we have to have each other's back. At the end of the day, we always got us. So it's important for you to look out for those authors. Also important because when for me personally, like I said, when I was looking for reviewers or writers or blogs or whatever, they were all by Black creators. So it's like, in order to get that information, I had to look for those people, and 90% of the time they weren't white, they weren't of a different race, they were all Black. So there is importance behind Black reviewers. That's just point blank period. You can say whatever the hell you want, but there is importance behind you being Black and you reading Black books and you promoting and reviewing Black books. That's just point blank period. Like, there is no ifs, ands, ways, or buts about that. That's just it. Now, like I said, I'm a fence straddler. So let's get into the opposite side of this discussion. The importance of leaving black people the fuck alone. Let me repeat that. The importance of leaving black people the fuck alone. Like, the absolute fuck alone. Black people too. Like, at the end of the day, there are billions of people on this planet. We are a small community that focus on reading as a hobby. Okay, there are some creators that focus all of their content and all the things they do on black books, and that's their business. There are some creators that are just gonna freely read and not write reviews and not talk about books. They just want to read the damn books. They're not creators at all. And then you have some people that just read whatever they want, talk about whatever they want. Sometimes it's more black books, sometimes it's more white books, sometimes it's more Asian. They don't give a shit. They don't pay attention to shit like that. You have to understand that no matter what community you're in, there is going to be a mixed bag. You are never going to be in a community where everybody 100% agrees and does the same shit. Like, we are literally not robots. You cannot program a whole bunch of people into being what you want them to be. So when I see a whole bunch of black creators, or I see a whole bunch of people, it's usually black creators, when I see black creators feel and get frustrated with other black creators saying like, you need to read more black books, this is your responsibility, it's really not. Like, it's really fucking not. They barely pay black creators as is. We're not fucking encyclopedias, we're not dictionaries, it's not Google Black around here, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, I have been a part of these discussions, I've had these conversations with other creators, but like, when I sit back, it's kind of like, no. Actually, I think people should just read and do what makes them happy. For me personally, I loved having my blackout year. I loved only reading books by black authors, talking to these authors, reviewing their books, cosplaying their characters. I loved that, and it made me happy. But to try to bully somebody into doing some shit that they don't want to do to begin with, you are not going to get the outcome you think you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? You can't bully black creators into reading more black books or doing more of this because you want them to and think that it's going to have a good outcome. If they're frustrated or they don't want to do that shit, learn to leave people the fuck alone. Stay in your lane, worry about what you're doing, and pay attention to your content. Like, if you look at your feed and you're proud of all the people that you follow and you get great recommendations from them and you enjoy that bubble, that's great. But don't go to other creators' pages and be like, well, you need to be doing more of this, you need to, no, they don't need to be doing more shit, but doing what they want and doing what makes them happy. This world is such a shit show, and I feel like people like to nitpick every little fucking thing that you do, and it's insanity. It really is. As creators, we're creative, we're gonna do and read and promote what we want. I think it's important to learn to leave people the fuck alone and just focus on yourself. Like, I personally don't, if somebody does something that I don't like or I think is problematic, I'm going to call them out. I'm going to say something about it. But to just be scrolling, looking or finding and just hating on people for no reason is absolutely bonkers. Like, you have got to have something better to do with your day. Like, let black creators read books by whatever authors they want. Some people can separate the author from the art. Some people read more black books, some people read more white books, some people read more romance books. Like, you really have to understand and be comfortable in this community and know that what you want isn't always going to be what you're getting. If there's things to improve within the community, by all means, call people out, do your part in making that situation better. But at some point, you need to understand it's going to be a mixed bag. You're going to just stress yourself out trying to bully black creators into doing something that you feel like they should be doing. You should be doing what you feel like you should be doing. I'm doing what I feel like I should be doing. Last year I read all black books, this year I ain't. And I'm gonna keep doing whatever the hell I want. And I think that everybody else should do that as well. Like, as long as you're not hurting anybody or being problematic, I don't see the damn issue. Y'all nitpick every damn thing in this fucking community. You can never do right. Everybody wants book hauls and then they complain about consumerism and that. Like, enough. Like, this community is so naggy. I really be wanting to tell y'all to go outside and touch grass. Like, this, please, okay? Just let people read. As long as they're not being problematic, as long as they're minding their business, I think you should also do that. And the unfollow button is right there. Like, you literally, if you see somebody only talking about books that are already popular and that you don't like, why are you following them? Because they're popular so that you can talk shit about them? Like, that makes no sense to me. If they're reading a whole bunch of books by white ass authors that you don't like and you know already has their pockets laced, don't follow them. There are so many other creators. Unfollow them. Find new people. That's what I did. I got tired of that shit. I didn't want my feed looking like that because that's personally not what I wanted. If that's personally not what you want, then you should move around. Move around. That's it. I don't feel like there's a right or wrong about this topic. I feel like you could feel either way. But like I said, and like I always say, you need to do and pay attention to what makes you happy. If you're constantly looking at what other people are doing, what other people have going on, what you think they should be doing, you ain't nobody mama, and you ain't nobody daddy. So it's like, you can't be coming on here telling people what they should be doing or what they should. Like, enough. Yeah, I just think that for me personally, I understand both sides, but I'm gonna do what makes me happy, and you should do what makes you happy, and you should stop worrying about what the fuck else other people are doing, and you need to stop trying to bully black creators into doing what you think that they should be doing, or telling them what is acceptable in the black community. Who gives a fuck? Like, the black community has its own shit that it has to deal with. Like, you really can't put a knife up to somebody's neck and tell them what they should be doing, how they should be doing. You need to you should be talking more about why is that my responsibility? Why can't I just fucking read a book and just read a damn book and move the hell on? Like, why do I need to be the fucking strong back of the damn community and giving y'all a list of this and a list of that? If that's what I want to do, sure. But if I don't want to do that and I just want to read a damn book, I don't see why I can't just read a damn book. What is the problem? What is the issue? What is the problem? Okay, leaning on black creators only as a source of finding black books and putting that pressure on them, it just continues the problem in a way. Like, I don't know how else to say this. Wanting them to only recommend and talk about books by black people and only looking for them to talk about black shit, it's like, that puts them in a box. It puts them in a box. It's insane to feel like black people are obligated to hold your fucking hand and educate you. I've talked about this so long ago. I've made a video about this before. Use your platforms better, please. And stop. And another thing I've been seeing a lot of, stop telling people to educate you. I'm not your teacher. You are not gonna fucking pay me. So stop looking for an education from me. I'm not gonna fucking give it to you. You better use one of the fucking electronics that you have. Y'all motherfuckers got MacBooks, Apple computers, cell phones that have Google is right there, baby. You don't even have to type that shit in. You better hello Siri and find out the shit on your own, okay? Hello Google, hey Siri, whatever the hell you gotta do, and find that shit on your own. Stop asking me to educate you. Oh, can you give me this? Do it yourself. I'm educating myself. I've grown as a black creator. I've grown as a person in general. Holding somebody's hand through some shit and teaching them the way or whatever, and you don't even want to do that shit is bonkers. Like, for me personally, I find creators that talk about books that they love and they enjoy, and if they happen to be black books, then they happen to be black books. But enforcing this rule that black creators need to only talk about black books or talk more about black books, or you need to do this or blah blah blah. We're not fucking educators, and we're not fucking dictionaries, and putting that pressure on black creators and not allowing them the wiggle room and the space to freely do what they enjoy is bonkers. Because if all of their videos are always the most popular ones are always going to be about books that are black or books this and that, what if they don't want to do that? What if they don't want to talk about that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that, I don't know, that narrative is tired. I don't know how else to talk about that, because I feel like I'm talking in circles. But the final thing that I want to talk about so I can close out this video is, at the end of the day, no matter what side of the fence you stand on with this conversation, black authors are still the least paid. They get the least opportunity, the least like special editions, the least money, the least everything. They're at the bottom of the totem pole, like we are with plenty of situations and things, and that simply has to be acknowledged in this video. To try to make it seem like black authors are having the same opportunities as everyone else and I can just read whatever I want, who gives a shit. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? You need to understand and acknowledge that black creators, black authors, black readers, we are all getting lower and less opportunities than our counterparts. That's been proven, that's been shown in studies and all this, and publishing houses releasing whatever. You see it. You see it. You know the fucking problem. At the end of the day, no matter what side of the fence that you stand on, however you feel, if you straddle, if you on one side, if you on the other side, at the end of the day, like I said, black authors are getting paid less, black creators are getting paid less. You need to acknowledge and know that. And if you want to do something to change that, then do something to change that in a way that makes you happy. Like, whatever you do to dedicate change in this is really up to you. It's really up to you. For me personally, I looked at it, I cleaned up my YouTube, I cleaned up my Instagram. I did an entire year where I only read black books. I read articles, I watched videos, and I enjoyed doing that. It was not me dragging my feet and, I guess I'll have to. No, I did all those things willingly. I did all those things without dragging my feet. I did them not because I felt like I was obligated to. I felt like it's something that was important to me. I made sure every single book, I read almost 140 books last year. I made sure I wrote a damn review of every single fucking book that I read because it was important to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as creatives and as people that have access to all these platforms and all this shit and all these opinions and all whatever, we're constantly looking at what somebody else is doing. Oh, she got 60,000 subscribers and all she talked about is white ass authors. Who cares? Who gives a damn? Literally, what are you doing? Worry about you and worry about what your feed looks like and worry about what your reading year looks like. Some of y'all need to hop off of them little square fucking devices you have and go back to just reading books. Like, remember why you joined this community, remember the importance of being a reader, and do shit that makes you happy. Have friends in the community and do challenges and do videos and do creative things that genuinely make you happy. At the end of the day, remember your hobby is reading. Remember that. Like, make sure you're focusing on the reading part as well as less hating, okay? And also calling yourself out. If you feel like you're not reading diversely enough, do something to change that. There's plenty of ways to change that. And I don't want to hear no more excuses about why you can't do this, you can't do that. No, whatever, you're lazy. You're lazy as shit. I don't want to hear about, I can't find this, I can't do that, there's no more of this, all of the black books do this. No, enough. That narrative is so damn old and tired. It's 2023. Whatever books, genres, authors, plots you're looking for, I guarantee you there's a book out there by a black author that you can find. That's all I have to say. I don't know if I made a clear point in this video. I don't know if I was all over the place. At the end of the day, I said what I said. Like I said in the beginning, I'm a fence straddler. I understand both sides. But as always, and as I always tell people, you need to protect your peace. Do what makes you happy. And remember that this shit is a hobby and none of this shit is real. Like, some of y'all put too much time, effort, and energy into being haters. Like, hang it up. Like, please, hang it up. Please, God. Okay? Like I said, this is a gray subject. There is no clear yes, no, maybe so, whatever. I would love to hear how y'all feel about any of this discussion. If you made it to the end of this video, please leave a little, like, either a piece of paper or like the writing emoji, like the paper with the pencil writing. Leave that in the comment section below. You can also discuss. I usually I reply to comments as best that I can. Feel free to discuss and have conversations about this in the comment section below, but please be respectful, okay? I don't want to hear no fighting up in my comment section. Please, no fighting, no fussing, no yelling. Just speak your piece. I would love to hear y'all opinions on this as well, and let me know what you're currently reading or what you're most excited about reading for the month of February. My reading so far has been great, so I'm going to continue to read what I've been reading and continue to be happy and minding my damn business. I hope y'all do the same, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Always remember, read a book, keep your life interesting, and I will see you next time. Bye.